Alright, another little project today. I've got this Cooper Hunter cassette. We installed this mini split 2 weeks ago, and from day one has leaked in this corner. And that's where your condensate pump is on this model. You just seen it maybe there drip. Got a bucket down here. So anyhow, check for voltage. Got 240 volts going to the pump. We have a bucket outside underneath the drain line. It does pump water. They send a drain connection line. It looks like a little mini dishwasher drain line, and you clamp it to the unit, and then you clamp it to your 3/4 PVC. It is leaking there, so I made up a vinyl tubing today, and I'm going to try to put that on there to see if this quits. I also have a drain pump on order because at first it didn't seem like it was pumping. So we took the drain pump all apart. I checked the impeller, and then I went ahead and pumped water in a bucket with it, and then reinstalled it. So let's get up here real quick, and I'll show you where my leak's at. See if I can do this one-handed. So, see the water pooling there? Now that's condensation on that pipe. But that's your condensate pump. It's down in there, and you can see how it's sitting on top of that. And then it runs down through the cover. So we're going to get rid of this 6-inch piece with the insulation out, which came from the factory, and they tell us you insulate it. But it is clearly not sealing, for whatever the case may be. And I'm going to add some more insulation up this pipe. But now I'm looking at this. Another guy had been up here, one of my maintenance guys, and I can see that clamp is too far up again. Why? I have no idea. But anyhow, I'll show you what I do here. I'm not going to reconnect that because I've already done that, and it's failed me every time. It's kind of been aggravating. Brand new product. Okay, here's what I did. I made up that clear tubing there. Got it clamped. This was the line they gave you from the factory, and it would just continue to leak around the edges here. So, and then the water would pull up on top of the drain pump assembly here and then drip down. So what's unique about this pump, if it's unique or not, that line is full of water. It's supposed to have up to 36 inches of lift. We're lifting 2 feet tops. And it just kind of barely just fizzles up, kind of keeps slowly going up. So I'm going to insulate this line, and we will see if this keeps collecting water on top of the pump housing here. Like I said, I got a pump coming, but it's still another week out, so we'll go from there. Alright, so buttoned all that up top in the ceiling. This is the cassette. And then I got to thinking, is it possible that the drain line is too big in diameter? And that's why we don't build enough head pressure to pump out, why it pumps out slow. I mean, it is going outside, but it's kind of like a trickle. You think it would energize the pump and come on briefly, and then shut back off, but it seems to stay on all the time. So we're going to see if I can find the page here with the drain line. What is interesting about the drain line, it shows the drain line coming out of the unit horizontally, and our model, it comes out of the top vertically, so that's always kind of been a concern. But you know, these all these units mostly are made in China and rebranded. But yeah, it says note on purchase of pipes here. Oh, it says requires polyethylene tubing, exterior diameter 0.98 or 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 inches. So that must be millimeters in the 0.98. No, because it's in centimeters down below. But anyhow, yeah, I have no idea what they're asking for there. The book is so vague. And then it says, when using an extended drain pipe, tighten the indoor connection with an additional protection tube to prevent it from pulling loose. Then it said, incorrect installation could cause water to flow back into the unit and flood, which it does. To prevent air bubbles, keep the drain hose
level or slightly tiled up. Is it supposed to be tilted? This is a problem when you have things wrote in China and translated to English. You can kind of see down here, this is their diagram, which we've done this. Besides, ours comes out the top. That's what I represent here versus the side. So I don't know, kind of at wit's end with it. Yeah, if anybody's ever experienced this, give me a comment. Because the book doesn't even add up. I'm hoping it's just a bad drain pump. It can't create enough lift and volume, but when we tested it in a bucket, we actually hooked it to a drain hose and it pumped up 4 feet plus of lift. So I don't know. The only difference was we used the corrugated drain line that came with the unit that a lot of mini splits come with, which is smaller diameter, but it's corrugated, so that's going to add some resistance. So anyhow, I've been rambling on for a while here about this, but I'll give you guys updates if I come up with anything. When I searched the internet, I couldn't really find much on this topic, and I haven't reached out to the manufacturer. That's a long story in itself, but it may come to that. So if anybody's ever experienced this with a cassette, this is, like I said, a Cooper Hunter. There's many different manufacturers using the exact same equipment, putting a different name on it. So let me know.